And TC's corpse was found stabbed to death later this week.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you just missed an absolutely amazing comment by Batman. So,
Did you? Did they really?
welcome to...
Actually, I don't think they did because I timed it.
Oh, God, that's actually mildly terrifying. Then. Well, at least we now know what happens if TC goes missing. TC, disappear for a week. It's worth it, just for sheer fun value. Okay.
Absolutely.
We have news, we have things to talk about, and we have things to shout about. So why don't I hand it over to Nomad, and he can start with shouting, seeing he's such an expert at it.
Well, normally I would start with shouting, and I am back, and I do want to sit up there and try and pump myself, but I'm too freaking tired.
Hold on, are you also bad and dangerous to know?
No, I'm just too tired to care at the moment. I'll be honest with you.
So he's back.
What's sad?
He's too tired to care.
And what's sad is I wasn't rode hard and put up wet. I was just run over. Okay.
Well, that happens to you all the time as a planet.
Well,
With people on it.
That's a good point.
If I mention the words John Stewart, would that get you fired up?
Oh, man.
Don't do it.
Well, you could have set up there and mentioned Tulsi Gabbard. She's in the news, but we're not going to do
Oh,
a story
never
about her.
mention her to you.
What about if I mentioned the fact that Don Lemon's been refused entrance to Mensa?
I'm not shocked.
The man who thought a miniature black hole swallowed up a plane, a Malaysian airliner, a passenger airliner. Didn't make it into Mensa. What a surprise!
The man who got humiliated when he said that the royal family should pay reparations.
Yeah, he did do that too. You are correct.
You look at him and you know those guys.
Excuse me.
Those guys who've lived too long near a motorway during the age when all petrol was heavily leaded.
And he was eating the dirt.
They've had, as a result, they've had severe brain damage.
Yeah.
That's Don Lemon.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like.
The only ones that got brain damage from that were the ones that were also eating dirt.
Yeah.
Just to let you know.
The other thing about him, Nomad, is most people, when they put on spectacles, it makes them look intelligent. He puts them on to make them look even stupider.
Yeah, it's attractive. He's trying to attract his mates.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Well, all he needs to do is wear a fucking glow light, and that would work.
Anyway, are you ready, TC? Are you ready for the first story?
I am.
Okay. Iran sees major internet disruption amid renewed protests. So Iran's cutting off the internet because of the people protesting.
Iran is falling.
Right.
The fundamentalist regime is falling in Iran. They're going to be modern again.
We'll see.
Yes.
Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, Iran suffered a major disruption in internet service Wednesday as calls for renewed protest again saw demonstrators on the streets weeks after the death of the 22-year-old woman who had been detained by the country's morality police, an advocacy group says. Don't you like how they say that? But if it was the British, or if it was an American that detained somebody who died, they would say was killed in custody or died in custody. It wouldn't be who is just detained by the morality police.
One of the people who was demonstrating on the street was demonstrating because of the internet cut off, and he was a Nigerian prince, apparently.
Oh, okay. The demonstrations over Masa Amini, maybe that's how they say it, Amini, right, have become one of the greatest challenges to Iran's theocracy since the country's 2009 Green Movement protests. Demonstrators have included oil workers, high school students, and women marching without their mandatory headscarves or hijabs.
Apparently, there have been attempts at revolts against the fundamentalists every 10 years since Khomeini took over. It is not a popular regime. It's only been held there by brute force, and apparently the brute force is changing sides.
Yeah. Well, the incident is likely to further limit the free flow of information amid protests, NetBlocks said. Despite the disruption, witnesses saw at least one demonstration in Tehran with some 30 women who had removed their headscarves while chanting, "Death to the dictator." Those cries were referring to Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who can result in a closed-door trial in the country's revolutionary court with the threat of a death sentence.
Let's get blunt. That one's dead. You know.
Yeah. Have you noticed that picture there? Apparently, Kevin Costner's partner looks exactly like him.
I don't care. Why do you care about Kevin Costner? Who the hell
I don't.
cares?
I just thought it was funny.
Who the hell cares about Kevin Costner?
It was a cheap laugh, you fucking miserable yank.
Yes.
Do you care about TC? Do you care about Kevin Costner?
I agree with Batman. It was just a cheap laugh.
Go on, ask Jensen. Go on, I dare you.
I know what you're expecting me to say. That's the best part.
Do you
You
understand
don't-
that
Oh,
laughter comes in the form of people laughing, not groaning? All right.
I got the laugh.
You guys- apparently,
You're American.
apparently that is just not something that's going to be out there.
No, you're American. You will not understand the things that the British understand as funny.
Mhm.
We'll
Yeah.
say things and we will wet
Yeah.
ourselves laughing, and you'll just be sitting there going, "What just happened?"
Huh?
No, it's not an insult. It's just
Mhm.
it's one of them things that seems to happen.
It's just a difference in humour.
Yes.
Notice how we didn't. None of us here have said that Americans don't have a sense of humour because
no.
demonstrably you have.
Yes.
Just
Who
different.
you voted? No. Let's be fair. They've got a sense of humour. Look who they voted for.
Yes.
That's a lack of common sense and morality right there. Speaking of which,
That's what happens when you get dead people to vote.
Disturbingly, yeah.
all right. I'm going to try to play this. Hopefully, you guys will be able to hear it. All right. As I play this video, we're going to pause it from various times because a woman apparently was arrested. All right, for sharing opinions about gender.
Caroline Farrow is also a Catholic
can't hear it.
commentator.
No.
And last week, she was arrested in front of her children.
All we
Why?
need now is a
Because
piano
she
playing in
dares
the
to share
background.
her opinion
Yeah.
about gender.
Can you not hear it?
Oh,
You cannot
actually,
do it.
yes. It can be heard if people are listening, but not in where we are now.
Okay. So this mom was arrested. All right, this Catholic woman for saying that a woman is a woman.
Yeah.
Being
Mhm.
biological.
Essentially, yeah.
She also believes
Heretic.
it's unchangeable.
It's not just because of that. It's because
Okay.
listen to it and
Well, let's be honest. First of all, it is biological. All right.
Yes, it is.
Whether you're a woman or a man is biological, and
sex
Hmm.
and gender are
And it-
biological.
it is not changeable. We do not sit up there and have the capability, at least at this point, to rearrange your DNA to make you into something else.
And if you did, you'd end up with a bunch of insane people because you'd be mussing about with the fundamentally important parts of their identity.
Seen her get into
Exactly.
a few
Upon which
Twitter
the bedrock of
spats
their
with
sanity
trans
rests.
activists,
Yes,
the types
yes.
that call J.K. Rowling a bigot and much worse. Last week, while she was
Mind
roasting a
if
chook
you could
for the
fundamentally
children,
change who people
police
are. A lot of
came
these
in and barged into
other
her
kids.
home.
Yeah,
Hold
let's
on.
change them into the animals they think they are, because then we could kill them and eat them.
Hold on a second, because I want to. She was doing what?
roasting a chook for the children.
Roasting a chalk. What the hell's a chalk?
Seeing as
She
it's from
was
Australia,
roasting
that
a
could be
chalk.
anything. Oh, that's a chick. A chuck is Aussie for chicken.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
Mhm.
yeah. You said roasting a chalk. She said roasting a chuck.
Yeah. Hey,
Roasting a chook for the
to be
children.
honest, it's
I'm
understandable. It's
sorry.
only that I talked to Aussies that I know it.
That says chalk.
While she was roasting
Yeah.
a
No, it's
chook
that
for
chook.
the children,
Roasting.
police
C-H-U-K.
came in and
Or
barged
C-H-U-C-K,
into her
chook.
home, demanded she hand over all her electrical
I like pronouncing it
devices,
two O's.
and then the Surrey
It's
police
a slang
dragged
word
her
for
off
chicken.
to jail,
Yeah.
where she spent the next 8 hours
It can actually be applied to any kind of
frightened
bird, but
and
mainly chicken.
understandably stressed.
Fair statement.
Caroline Farrow joins me now. Caroline,
It's where Americans get the word chick from.
From chicken.
You s-
Baby chicks. We get the word
Yeah.
chick from a baby chick. Cute like a baby chick. That's where.
Yeah,
That's
chook.
where.
It's a chook.
It's not
Chucky
chalk.
egg.
It's not chalk.
Not
It's not chuck.
chalk.
It's not Chuck as in Chucky the freaking killer
Yeah, it is.
killer
It
baby
is.
doll. All right.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's chucky egg.
It's
a chicken egg.
Oh my god. Now you guys supposedly gave us this English language.
Anyway,
and
Nomad,
then,
I don't
and then
fancy
you
your-
talk
I don't-
about butchering it.
Yeah, you did. Nomad, I don't fancy yours much.
I'm going to remind you that most
You've
of
got a
the,
choice of both.
Ouch. Ouch. No thanks. Mm-hmm.
So this woman though, who liked a tweet, what was the tweet that she liked that they found so offensive?
Who knows? Because it wasn't the police found it offensive. One single individual reported it, and that was enough to get her arrested in front of her
Oh,
own
it was
family.
not. Apparently, they basically targeted went on a campaign of target harassment against her and managed to get her done.
What
The
they got her deleted off of Twitter or YouTube or whatever.
No.
offensive platform
In
she was on?
America, you guys have swatting. This is our version.
Yeah.
It's not quite as impressive as swatting, I will admit.
Well, in America, swatting is dangerous for everybody. Let's be perfectly frank.
Yeah,
All right.
especially when you try and swat somebody, it turns out they actually are running an illegal drug operation.
Well,
Which is always good for a laugh.
not by the police. They're not laughing for long.
No. It's hilarious for the rest of us that are watching, though.
No, because
Right.
America getting swatted by the police entails guns, and it has to because the other people have guns.
If it's a mafia done who's swatted, he's probably paid off the fucking SWAT team. So yes, they are laughing.
Yeah.
Well,
As they're going around to your house.
yeah,
for
why
doing
would a
complaints.
mafia don sit up there and try and have people swatted?
Because it's funny. It's funny.
Let's be honest, if a mafia boss wanted someone swatted, it has got nothing to do with the police. It means you've got two guys,
No, exactly. Yeah.
both with the last name of Giovanni, going around to your house and explaining why things aren't working for them.
Oh, you mean Don and Pete?
The other ones, you know.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm trying to picture that one. So, but this woman now, so she likes a tweet. The police come in, right?
Yeah.
One more reason why you
That-
never
Well,
should have given up your
It
gun.
wasn't just that she liked. You should have watched the video all the way through. She didn't just like the tweet.
Oh, what else did she do?
I believe she responded to it.
No, that's something new that I hadn't heard. No,
But
you forgot to
she was
mention one
getting-
thing. Batman, one sec. You forgot to mention one thing. When the police came in, they came in illegally. Okay, that part's the important bit.
Yeah. But apparently, this guy ended up giving her. I mean, she blocked the guy,
Yep.
but he got his followers to basically start target harassment with her, not just online, but they were, they were sending her, fast food deliveries, obviously unpaid for.
Yeah. Hmm.
So even the local fast food delivery people don't like this guy and his followers now because they're losing money. Yeah, death threats, rape threats, threats against the children.
Wow.
Yeah, we know where you live. We know where your children go to school.
Well, see, that would have caused a response in America that they wouldn't have liked.
Hey,
You threaten
if the
somebody's kids in America, and them ain't fighting words. Them's killing words. Okay, just
Well,
put it just so you
up
understand.
this part of the country, if you'd done that, we would have found you, and yeah, the police wouldn't have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just become another
unfortunately,
statistic on the
can
missing
I ask this?
persons files.
Let me ask another question to you guys. Where's Surrey at?
Surrey
Southeast.
is literally 5 miles from where I live.
It's the home counties. So
Yeah.
that is what
Southeast.
the people in that end, they consider that the home counties to be England. The rest is just other parts of the UK. That's the way they look at it.
No, it's true.
How large is it?
Not very. To America, it's basically an overexcited 5 blocks. Seriously. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong, Jenson. That's the thing.
Can you remember those balsa wood aeroplanes you got as a kid? Where if you had an elastic band and you wound up the propeller and then let it go and it'd fly.
Yeah.
One of those could cross Surrey easily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not a joke. That's the problem.
So you have a whole police station for just that area?
We have loads.
Oh,
Surrey's
yeah,
actually
yeah.
got tons. Basically, when it comes to Surrey, it is considered one of the, like you said, home counties. That is literally England, not Britain.
Yeah.
England. That's the difference.
Well, okay. Does that mean you guys need to be policed more? Is that the issue?
No,
yeah.
they need to be protected more.
I will remind you, okay, that Surrey as a whole has the same sort of law enforcement as the New York money zone. So it's very, very well protected. Unfortunately, an absolute F-ton of people are moving from London out to Surrey and are bringing their crime with them.
And the other thing is, Surrey is one of those places where the upper middle class used to move from London into these small villages in Surrey and drive up the property prices. So the original inhabitants of these villages could no longer afford to live there, and they turned into like posh enclaves.
Okay.
Let's use the correct term: gentrification.
All right.
Rich invasion.
Rich invasion? Gentrification?
Well, gensinification's where you find out that somebody's been eating your neighbours.
We'll be talking about gentrification a little bit later.
Like I said, gensinification is where you wake up one morning to find out that somebody's been eating all of your neighbours.
Yeah.
That's where the problem is. What do you mean people are waking up? I don't like the idea of them waking up.
Kanye West shows porn video to shocked Adidas execs during a business meeting. In a bizarre business move, Kanye West played a pornographic film for shocked Adidas executives during a recent meeting.
You mean Adidas?
The 5-man gathering was filmed and included a 30-minute YouTube video titled Last Week, which was uploaded Sunday.
See, you pronounce that wrong as well. It's not gathering, it's gathering.
Oh, fuck off.
Fisheye-led footage, all right, of the get-together showed West and 2 of his representatives sitting with 2 Adidas executives
Adidas.
On black stools set up in a semicircle inside of an empty room.
Oh, no, you can't call them that anymore. The stools of colour.
I know it.
Yes.
Everyone's faces were blurted out except for West. The meeting began with the rapper turned designer, 45, holding his phone horizontally in front of the businessman while the video played. After several seconds, the man asked, "Is this a porn video?" To which West replied, "Yeah, Jesus Christ," one of them let out.
Is that my wife?
Go West.
Despite their discomfort, the Yeezy founder continued to hold his phone close to their faces. "Come on, man, come on," said one of the guys as he moved West's arm's phone away. Apparently, the point of the X-rated film was to draw a parallel between its plot and West's business dealing with the activewear company, which handles the manufacturing and distribution of his billion-dollar Yeezy brand.
Hello, Sharaz.
Yeah, I was about to say, you might want to make a comment on that one.
Yeah. Well, am I pissing you off by correcting Nomad's mispronunciation of Adidas?
Yeah.
It's not being mispronounced. It's called Adidas.
It is. It's
I'm only going
Adidas.
to work for Adidas if he's the CEO. He said, pointing to one of the members of the
Adidas.
teams. You guys have done wrong by the company, by businesses, and by the partnerships. The whole concept of this video is that the guy had cheated, so then the girl was like, well, I'm going to do things to become your worst nightmare.
Yeah. And don't forget, you're not allowed to call him by his name. His name is now Yi. You think I'm joking? That's actually true. He actually
Yeah, I looked that up as
named
well. Yeah.
Yi.
His name is Yi.
Yi.
Oh yay!
Oh, yeah.
Or yay.
Which is actually interesting.
Oh
because
yay! Oh yay!
if you go to North Korea, you've got Kim Jong Il, Kim Jong Un, and now you've got Kim Jong Yi. I mean, what is going on in this? Oh my God, there's a terrifying thought of him in charge of North Korea. Oh,
Well, North Korea would
wow.
actually be better, I think, if that's true in the manner.
I bet they pronounce
I-
Adidas correctly. Hello, Chris.
It's Adidas.
It's Adidas.
Adidas.
Bob. It's just call it Bob. Bob is good.
Bob, it's Bob. Okay,
It's Bob.
Everyone knows it's Bob.
You mean
Now, first of all,
Bob.
the whole purpose of like sneaker lines or running shoe lines, which is what they are, those running shoe.
You mean
companies.
trainers?
Oh, fuck off.
No,
I mean,
actually, no, I call them sneakers as well.
What would make a rapper? What would make a shoe company think that a rapper is worth?
Because they're supposed to be street shoes, aren't they? Supposed to be what
Yeah.
you wear on the street to be
Mhm.
cool and hip and trendy and get mugged and have your shoes stolen off you.
Well, aren't they supposed to be so you can run faster from the cops after you commit a crime?
No,
It's
you've got to
just-
run slower. Please.
I mean,
He's not wrong.
I don't understand this whole shoe thing as it is anyway. I can understand why someone like Michael Jordan, right, would be popular, and they would say, "Look, this guy is able to, use our shoes in sporting events," right? Because that's what you're doing.
Yeah,
That's
but
what these are. They're sport shoes.
More people are going to go and see a musician than somebody who dribbles on a ball.
If you go out
Hello,
to a
Ghost Dog.
concert,
Yeah.
if you go out to a concert, with the exception of Liberace and Elton John, nobody notices the shoes. Nobody. Okay.
They do because of the ads, though. And yeah, you've got this guy who's a rapper. He's doing an ad. People are going to notice him. Oh, he's advertising these shoes. He looks really cool. And I'm going to get me a pair. Where did I leave my lucky brick?
Okay, okay. Mental image for all of you. Imagine the sort of shoes that Liberace would sell. I don't even want to.
He'd have to. Liberace would have to fight Elton John for that advert.
Oh, I know. It'd be hilarious.
Well, Elton John shoes.
Oh
are
my
just
God.
large.
You just made me realise something, Jensen.
Oh, God. what
Elton
I do.
John's just a cheap plastic imitation of Liberace.
No, you mean you only just thought that? Oh, shit.
And
I've actually-
and
Oh, wow. Sorry, dude.
and you talked
And
about
Barry Manilow.
Liberace and Elton John. What about tap dancers? You're going to notice the shoes there, aren't you? Come on.
Well, yeah, you
generally-
kind of are.
No, let's be completely honest, okay? If you go for tap dancers, you
Hmm.
go in for Ginger something or other. I'm sure you guys will know who it is.
Ginger Rogers.
Gingivitis.
Ginger Rogers, that's the one. Yep.
Gingivitis.
Uh-huh.
You never really gave a monkeys what shoes they were wearing. You were looking at the people. I mean, correct me if I'm
You're
wrong.
looking at certain with Ginger Rogers. You're looking at certain parts of the people.
Exactly, but it weren't the bloody
Mhm.
shoes now, was it?
Yeah, but closely
Mhm.
related to the shoes, though.
The legs, yeah.
Yeah, she had a nice pair of legs.
There.
Had a nice chest as well.
What was the name of the guy that was always because it was blah 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 and Ginger Rogers.
It was that oil firefighter, Red Adair.
Fred. It was not Fred.
Fred Adair, thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Fred Astaire.
I know. It's an old
Thank
joke.
you. I'm glad
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the idea.
Yeah, we saw that you had to revive it after it's been dead for 50 years.
And you should know how long it's been dead, shouldn't you? You probably sat on it.
Probably. Anyway,
Well done.
obviously I didn't hit sit on it hard enough.
Dear.
On with the next story of the day.
Oh yes.
Russians search for Jewish roots to flee Putin's army draft for Israel. At a Red Cross center in Moscow, a dark-haired woman nervously held a phone to her ear, trying to dig out details of her Jewish roots to help her son flee Vladimir Putin's drive to mobilize troops to fight in the Ukraine. Mom, your grandfather Moshe was born in 1870, like Lenin, right?
and his real name, because it was Jewish roots, was Kinderberg.
Yeah.
Oh.
Getting an Israeli passport is the only way for my son not to go to fight in the Ukraine, the exhausted woman who declined to give her name for security reasons. Okay. That's true. But if you send your son to Israel, they're going to greet him at the door, hand him a rifle, so welcome to the IDF. And he'll be fighting Palestinians. I just let you know, folks.
Welcome to the IDF. Oh, there's an IED. Boom.
I'm not sure you really thought this one out. I'm just putting it out there. Sending your sons to Israel is sending them into a permanent war zone that never goes away. Ever.
Nope.
And you're going to be part of the IDF. It's
That's been a war zone
mandatory.
since before, hold on. Israel, Palestine, that's been a war zone since before there wasn't Israel or Palestine. It's always been a war zone.
Technically, yes, I agree. But if you're going to look at it using the air quotes modern definition, you're looking at about 47. It really kicked off, and then it just never stopped.
When it was Palestine, before it was Israel, and that was before the Second World War, it was it was ongoing. So no, it's been ongoing since longer than 47 as an official war.
No, I'm not
Even with the modern definition.
Yeah. Okay.
That place is all. Yeah, there's never been a day goes by there where it hasn't been fucking a war.
Yeah. In Europe, my Russian passport is toxic. I'll go to Israel, where we're actually wanted. Really?
No, you don't.
You're in for a freaking hell of a surprise if you think your Israeli passport is going to do anything in, like, oh, I don't know, Germany, France, Poland. All right, I'm just letting you know.
Then again, like I said to you earlier, apparently a lot of the transgender brigade over in Russia are suddenly realizing this is not as good as they thought. Because if a man becomes a woman and therefore transgender, he's still getting joined up in the Russian army. Whereas a woman transgender to a man, she's not. Work that one out.
I think, fuck it, they should just say, oh, well, you can't decide what you're going to be, so we're going to decide you're men. Get in that fucking battle.
Take away all forms of sexism. Both genders can get in the battle. There you go.
Yep.
Problem solved.
Speaking of which, I do believe
they've got to fight over the company rifle.
I do believe that I'm not exactly sure, but I do believe that Tulsi Gabbard actually does support having women, all right, register for the draft in the United States as well. All right, so
good.
So that's one part of consistency when you were talking, Jenson.
Well, if that's the case, she's not going to get voted in.
That's right. No. Oh my! Are you actually going to be talking about Tulsi Gabbard in this show?
No. I was just bringing it up. That's all.
Well, I start seeing and Anga's pretty sharp. Oh no, she's gone. And it's the old guy. It's the old guy from the Karate Kid now. No, Alf from Happy Days.
You know, Batman. When you get to a certain age, and things that you used to do when you were a toddler become useful, like jingling the keys and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you should know about all of this, shouldn't you? Because you've already gotten past that stage.
Yeah, we've gone through this. Alrighty, on to the next. On to the story that he's talking about with obviously over here is the series of ads that keep changing. that Batman
Yeah.
is fascinated with. All right,
Mm-hmm.
but the
It was a good looking anchor. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
but and now it's Wi-Fi. Supreme Court ponders the fate of pigs, the high cost of bacon. A California law aimed at reducing animal suffering on pig farms led to
There's an
some.
easy way to do that. Get rid of the Californian farmers and put real ones there.
Yes,
All right,
exactly.
led to some unusual exchanges Tuesday in the U.S. Supreme Court. Following a grassroots referendum, California passed an animal welfare measure in 2018 that bans the sale of pork from pigs that were raised in overly confined spaces. I don't know if any of you have
Well,
ever been on a pig
that's
farm or worked on
actually-
a pig farm, but pigs, when they sleep and you have them in a pen, all sleep in the one area by themselves.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
pile
they're on
on
a
top
bunch.
of one another.
I think they're on a boat when they're not asleep. Yeah, where they can run about and shit. There's some pig farms around where I live, and yeah, the pigs can run about and shit. And there is, on a practical note, there is a distinct difference in the quality and taste of pigs out of what you might call free range, as the ones that are kept in
Yeah.
tightly enclosed spaces where they can barely move.
The ones that are enclosed in tightly enclosed spaces, all right, don't destroy the environment, number one. And number two is the ones that you're talking about, we call them feral, right? They go and attack people. we shoot them on sight.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Not over here because they're still in fucking pens. They just got more space to roam.
Have you a pig in a pen
Oh,
is
There's one of the local farms up ours. When you walk to get to the woods, you'll pass one of the pig runs, and the pigs will come over to the fence. You know why they're coming over? Because they're like their ears scratched and their heads patted.
yeah.
Seriously.
Right before
believe that.
before you throw them on the dinner table, right?
Yeah.
I have already mentioned my knowledge of pigs, and that is it tastes nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
The pork industry
No
has gone
porky.
to court accusing California, which produces little of the pork it consumes, all right, of restricting interstate commerce and trying to impose its values on the other U.S. states. The sector fears that California will effectively set national standards for conditions in which farm animals, including cows and chickens, are kept, thus raising ham and bacon prices for consumers, which it would. All right, pork producers, after being rejected by state courts, have turned to the Supreme Court, which seemed baffled by the case. Really, they seem baffled, huh? For nearly 2 hours, the 9 justices pondered the criteria that would allow comparable cases to be resolved in the future. The first thing is they should have immediately shut this kind of shit down in California. The result was a series of highly political hypothetical scenarios. Progressive Justice Elena Kagan wondered what would happen if a Democratic states banned the sale of goods made by non-unionized workers. Hey, Elena, how about what if they banned the sales of goods from unionized workers in a conservative state? Would you be happy with that?
Hold on a minute. That sign there, animals aren't food. That is actually correct. Animals are not food. However, the parts which are cut off animals and then processed are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm having problems with the
People
idea
drink
that only
goldfish all the
animals are
time. Right? Just to say,
I
they're
mean,
animals.
we don't eat whole animals. We just eat parts of them.
No, the ones that swallow
So
goldfish to eat them.
So Batman, what you're saying is they're telling porkies.
Yeah.
Her conservative
they are.
colleague, Amy Coney Barrett, imagined that they would ban
Amy
goods from
Coney
companies
Barrett.
that did not fund
Sorry.
medical care for their transgender employees. While Justice Brett Kavanaugh, meanwhile, speculated that Republican states might ban products created by undocumented immigrants.
Well, there's 2 names that will have the lefties screaming in the aisles.
Perplexity peaked when Justice Sonia Sotomayor noted that the pork market
God.
was already regulated. We have marketed already pork marked as organic, crate-free, antibiotic-free, beta agnostic-free. You know what the hell I'm beta? And I have no idea what that means. Neither do I. But I've seen it in supermarkets.
Beta agonist free. Don't know what the fuck that means.
Nobody
What
else.
is it? I know what it means. It means that it hasn't been raised by a cook who complains all the time.
Maybe.
Steve Shives had nothing to do with raising these pigs.
All right, the court will return a decision before June 30th.
You know, you're saying that they should establish stuff out in California. Come on, we're talking about a place where it's okay to ban plastic straws. Come on.
Yeah. Biden vows to punish Saudis, but they're sidestepped.
Lonely on
There he is.
Mars.
What the hell is that? I mean, it's a guy on Mars.
Yeah.
That's got nothing to do. What the hell's that doing there? Scroll up a little bit. Let's have a look.
This is the whole thing. There's not much to it.
Go on, just scroll up.
What do you want to
Just a
scroll
little
up?
more.
There is no up, dude.
You might as well put and play it after you finish reading. After you finish reading.
Biden vows to punish the Saudis, but struggles to calibrate response. President Joe Biden.
No. It's Biden vows to punish Saudis, but struggles to work out how to get out of his chair.
Pretty much.
You're not wrong, no. That's the thing.
Joe Biden voiced his fury with Saudi Arabia over the OPEC production cuts Tuesday, accusing the kingdom of aligning itself with Russia and vowing to engage with U.S. lawmakers clamoring to punish Riyadh. Tapioca! Tapioca! That's what they were listening to. And so they translated that there's going to be consequences for what they've done with Russia, says Biden. Biden, the president, all right, added that he believes it's time for the U.S. to rethink its relationship with Saudi Arabia. How about rethinking our relationship with, I don't know, oil and letting us drill again, you stupid son of a bitch, if you want the freaking price of oil to drop.
Actually, I think he needs to renegotiate his relationship with his frontal lobes as well.
Exactly.
I'm like, holy crap! What's this guy's on freaking? You thought the Saudis were going to try to protect you and your democratic regime? That somehow they're beholden to you?
Hold on. What democratic regime?
The Democrat regime in our country in the United States.
Yeah, but they're not exactly what you call democratic, are they?
I'm just calling it. That's why I call them a regime. Did you not pick that one up yet?
Yes, but I was being a pedantic twat.
Yeah.
Guys. Oz has come up with a brilliant idea. Unfortunately, Shirati shot it down. Can we send Biden to Mars? That will cost more money. It'll be easy to let him die.
No.
What did Mars do to deserve him?
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. All you have to do is put him on a shuttle that's going to do some satellite servicing, and put a trebuchet on the shuttle.
I mean, with the Biden's administration and the government workers that we have today, go ahead, let him try to ship him to Mars. I guarantee they'll miss and hit the sun.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the kind of technology. So you wanted to hit play on this?
Yeah, go on.
All right. I guess I need to. Well, let's stop right there. Oh crap! I wanted to hit the sound.
You won't just
Before you
get
change
news.
the world,
You'll get
Bloomberg.
insight into limitless
That's gone now,
possibilities.
doesn't matter.
Before you change the world,
That is
Bloomberg.
changing the world. That's the thing.
Kevin, you heard that interview.
This is the thing. Before you change the world, Bloomberg, and stop the icebergs from cavitating and killing everybody. Now, I'll be honest with you. You don't want an ice age, folks. Okay? If you think climate change and global warming is bad because the glacier's going away, you don't want the glaciers coming back. You really don't.
Actually, yeah, we do a little bit so we can get Doggerland back, so it'll be easier for us to invade France.
Why would you want to
There's
invade
no
France?
need to. We've got that big ass tunnel for invading France now.
That's a super soaker. It's got valves to suck in seawater so we can squirt France with it.
You know, I actually had ideas about that tunnel when it came to the illegal immigrants, but apparently mentioning if they just shut off all of the internal air in there, it'd be a bad thing. Apparently, you're not allowed to do that on street. Oh dear, I said it out loud. Whoops.
Well, in Minecraft, you could always shut off access when the tunnel's full. In Minecraft, of course,
Mhm.
and then open the valves and let in all that seawater.
Hey,
In Minecraft,
we're just doing it so you can wash the vehicles. Aren't we nice people?
yes, we are, because we can
There
put
we go.
detergent in there, which won't kill all the fish.
Mhm.
Yep.
Now,
See, we're
now time for the Jensen story.
No, because Jensen's not gay.
No,
Dahmer
no.
becomes Netflix's second biggest series ever. Dahmer, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, continues its rating spree. The Ryan Murphy series has become Netflix's second most popular series of all time, behind the fourth season of Stranger Things, after another impressive week. In its
Do you mind
third
me
week,
interjecting here?
hold on a second. In its third week, the series continued to top Netflix's global top 10 English TV list with another 205.33 million hours viewed. It takes.
It'll.
Go ahead.
The majority of the audience will be women.
This takes it to 701.37 million hours viewed in the first 3 weeks, after racking up 196.2 million hours watched in its first week and 299.84 million hours viewed during its second week.
Well, let's face it; they've got to have something to make up for the loss they made on the Rings of Power.
Nah.
That is
Hey,
true.
Jensen.
Is Rings of Power Netflix or HBO?
HBO. Actually, no. Rings of Power, isn't that Disney?
Yeah, but it's who I don't know, but it's on. I think it's on more than one network.
Wouldn't
But
surprise.
Jensen,
Yes.
when B watches stuff like that, I bet she has a notebook handy, doesn't she?
She actually looks around at me and asks if I agree. That's
Yeah.
what she did.
Apparently, the Rings of Power is Prime.
Oh, right, there we go. Amazon
E-
Prime.
e- Either that's the channel it's on, or Oz really likes it.
Okay.
I think it's the channel that it's on.
So do I, because I've got. You might want to sit there and take Mickey out of Shirati, but Oz has got much more taste than liking Rings of Power. Come on.
All right.
Oh,
thing is
God,
really
I've got nothing but respect for Oz.
Yep.
Peters
Same about Shirati. Yeah.
Peters stars
I'm
as
sure
the notorious serial killer in
The
the
noto-
10-part
yeah, I was gonna say-
in the 10-part series, which is largely told from the point of view of Dahmer's victims, and dives
And it has a
deeply into
surprise
the
ending.
police incompetence and apathy that allowed the Wisconsin native to go on a multi-year killing spree. All right, the series dramatizes at least 10 instances where Dahmer was almost apprehended but was ultimately let go. Nicey Nash also stars in the series along with Richard Jenkins, Molly Ringwald, and Michael Learned. Molly Ringwald? Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't
thought
heard
she
that
was
name in
dead.
freaking decades.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. I mean, she turned up in the Breakfast Club and she was horrible in that. She hasn't gotten any better.
What was that movie that everyone talked about? Pretty in Pink. That's
Yep.
the only thing I really remember her from. All right, the
Yeah,
series
no, I know
comes
some
from
both.
Murphy and Ian Brennan, who created it and executive produced along Alex Martin Woodhall, Eric Kovtun, Evan Peters, Janet Mock, and Carl Franklin. Look, my question is, first of all, why the hell would somebody do a story or a series, all right, on a serial killer of the notoriety of Jeffrey Dahmer to start with? This guy was horrific.
Just so we know it's
Absolutely
all
horrific. This guy was the quintessential when people said, "Oh, he was such a quiet, nice boy."
Mhm.
All right, that's
That's
where
what they said about
that's where
Jensen.
this came from, right? And he
You're
would
never
kill.
going to get me in that way, Batman.
He
You're
would-
They've
never
said,
gonna catch me.
actually, no, Nads. They've said that about most serial killers.
Depressing, but yeah.
I'm telling you, a lot of that started with they were talking about Dahmer, and
We've
Dahmer
said
is,
it before, buddy Jeffrey Dahmer.
I'm not denying that these things weren't said before, but it became quite noticeable with Jeffrey Dahmer because of how widespread this story was in the United States.
Yeah.
This guy was.
Who cares about the United States? It's a drop in the ocean.
Really.
Hold it. I'm going to take offence at something
Really?
she suggested. She's suggesting a quiet, nice boy. Not at any point am I quiet or nice.
Hold on. Which part did you take offence to? The quiet bit, the nice bit, or the boy bit?
That was my answer.
Seeing as you're, I asked that last bit because you are over the age of 21, are you not?
This is very, very true.
Just about.
Yeah, so you're no longer a boy, are you?
He has a fair statement with that one. Now,
Yeah.
I'm going to come. The thing we were talking about with dear old Jeffway. Yes, I refuse to call him by his proper name. He is Jeffway. Now, apparently, this stroke of absolute genius in, like, I think it was the first episode of the show, he noms on a gay guy. And the LGBT, etc., brigade lose their living mind, claiming, and you'll love this, is it's Dharma. I thought he was an ally to us. How the unholy
He was so much of an ally, he wanted to absorb you.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
bizarre.
He was like
And
the
you know
dog.
what? I'm going to do it. Sod it, I don't care. Happy birthday, Shirati. You old person, you. There you go.
Oh, thank you very much, Jensen. She's younger than me, you bastard.
Dude, you're decrepit. What are you talking about?
I'm decrepit. I'm 58 and I'm in better condition than you are.
I never said I wasn't decrepit.
I'm staying out of this.
Pot, kettle, monkey butt.
I'm staying out of this.
Yeah. You and me both.
Yeah, because you're next in line.
Yes.
Hold on a minute, Jensen. TC.
Yes.
Gerard even.
Uh-huh.
MC's older than all of us put together, times by 10.
So you're old bit, including Shirati. So what? Next.
Yeah, but none of us here are anywhere approaching Nomad's age.
This is a fair point. 1 minute. And Shirati, I hope you noticed I never took the mickey out of your age for all of the time that we were the same age. Only now when you're ancient and decrepit.
Don't they measure cyborgs by cycles now?
Yeah, well, Nomad. You're so old. You weren't born on Earth. You were captured by the sun's gravity as you passed by.
Kind of hard to deny things. It's kind of one of those things as it goes around. On to the next story.
TC, you realise back in the 70s, Nomad here, I'm not saying he's a big lad, but he had his shoes made exclusively by an English company.
All right.
Swan Hunters.
Hey. I bet that's no small feat.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh.
Hey, it reduced the cost of shipping.
What's truly sad about this is I have no idea what the hell they're talking about now. They go off the rails. The Brits tend to go off the rails. They just
There's a comment from Oz. Batman, I'm going to let you do that one.
Nomad was warning us about the Ice Age because he was there to see it. See it? He caused it!
I did not cause it.
Yes, you did.
I did not cause it.
You went hang gliding and blotted out the sun.
I did not go hang gliding and blot out the sun.
You still not denying you blotted out the sun.
On to the next story. Oh, it's global warming too. Great. All right, New Zealand proposes taxing cow burps and pee to tackle climate change.
There's an easy way to tackle climate change. Stop Nomad eating burritos.
New Zealand government on Tuesday.
There is an easy way.
What?
There is actually an easy way to stop all of this. But no one likes my idea of kill all humans. It stops them complaining about climate change.
That wouldn't stop climate change. The only way to stop
it'll
climate
stop them complaining about it.
The only way to stop climate change is to blow all the atmosphere off the Earth. Seriously.
Yeah.
No, the planet's climate will
Sounds about
still
right.
change as things change around it, and as the sun expands.
Yeah, but not nearly as radically as it's doing now because we have an atmosphere
Well,
which is dynamic.
that's true. To a point, that's very true. Anyway, New Zealand government on Tuesday proposed taxing greenhouse gases that farm animals make from burping and peeing, all right, as part of a plan to tackle climate change.
Hold on? How do animals make greenhouse gases from burping,
Methane.
which is the regurgitation of air?
Yep.
Right, and peeing, which is the expulsion of liquid.
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
methane.
Yep.
The production of
It
methane.
hasn't.
It's
Got ammonia. It
Well,
hasn't got
Mhm.
methane in it. It's got ammonia in it. It's
It
when they
goes-
fart that you get methane.
Well, same difference. Sorry, the government said that the
Big
farm
difference.
levy would be the first, and that farmers should be able to recoup the cost by charging more for climate-friendly products. In other words, we're raising the price of food for all of you to pay for climate change. For what purpose? Because you're not stopping the animals.
They're trying to force people into going onto a vegan diet.
Mhm.
The only way that's going to happen is if
Mm.
some of us go and work underground for the rest of our lives, so that we can, after a while, we start off the air raid sirens and get the people who live on the surface to come down to feed us.
Cough, cough,
Literally.
more
But,
cough,
but,
cough.
but
Yep.
farmers quickly condemned the plan. Federated Farmers, the industry's main lobby group, said that the plan would rip the guts out of small-town New Zealand and see farms replaced with trees, which is exactly what Batman was saying. Federated Farmers President Andrew Hoggard, good name for a guy, he's talking about meat production.
Oh,
Do you know what the horrible thing is?
oh.
The what the New Zealand's economy is actually built upon
Mhm.
is lamb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, lambs are lambs ruminants? Ruminants?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Ruminants, yes.
I don't know.
Yes,
that
they're
much
ruminants.
about it. All right. Federated Farmers President Andrew Hoggard, excuse me, it's almost like Hagrid. All right. Said farmers had been trying to work with the government for more than 2 years on an emissions reduction plan that wouldn't decrease food production. But that's their plan.
It's easy.
They
It's
want to
easy.
decrease food production.
It's easy. Kill the politicians.
That would be a good start,
You know-
actually.
The amount of hot air that politicians put out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's that morbidly obese Labrador.
That's coming,
It's
Batman.
not a bear.
Batman, let the people, when it comes up, the people will see. Just wait for wait for then.
Belated
wait for
happy.
then.
Hold on a minute. Belated happy birthday, Shirati. I hope you had a good one.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Shirati.
Happy birthday, Sharardi. How are you doing now that your next cycle has happened? Did you get the upgrade? Did the batteries did Oz replace the batteries?
Yeah.
It's
I
a
think Oz
joke.
could tell that.
It's a joke. She's gonna kill me
I
later.
think Oz could tell that she was getting an upgrade because she was standing there in the middle of the room going, "Wee!"
No, they replaced the old exhaust. They left off the silencer. Oh.
And TC lives at 25 Hambleton Lane.
The second,
I was thinking of Shirati's going to relieve me from all the madness that's going on. Yay! Yay!
Oh no,
Let's do this.
No, she's just going to make you quadriplegic.
Oh,
is that going to read?
okay.
Are you saying that TC is committing a hate crime? Is that what you're saying? And the Surrey police are coming to visit?
Don't laugh.
No, not the Surrey police, the Shirati police.
The Sharardi police?
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, Shirati just sent to me the battery check is getting done on 25th. Okay?
That's my sister's birthday.
So she's getting the upgrade on her sister's birthday. Thanks. Great. Brilliant. Awesome.
Yeah, you realise that you're getting this from Jenson Quinn, the man who's so thick he thinks his battery hand's a cyborg chicken.
It is, isn't it?
All right, final story of the day, folks. Final story. Katami National Park and Preserve announces 747 as the winner of Fat Bear Week.
It's not a bear. It's a giant. It's a morbidly obese Labrador.
Mm-hmm.
It does look like a dog, I must admit this. This picture it does make it look like a dog. The votes are in. You've decided to upgrade to fish class and fly with 747. 747 was deemed an order of magnitude more massive than 901, who experienced troubling tummy turbulence en route. 901 made a strong start in her first Fat Bear Week appearance. Expect big things in the future. Who the hell comes up with the plan for this?
In all seriousness, there's no way a bear can get that state naturally. They've got to be overfeeding it.
Batman, check your DMs, mate. It's worth it.
Actually, they can't. It's being overfed because it's getting ready to go into hibernation, and I suspect that this is also a female.
Like that.
No, this is a female that probably is getting ready to birth.
Ah, okay. So you found a picture of a nomad in a bear suit.
Say nothing.
Katami National Park and Preserve has announced that 747 is the winner of its annual Fat Bear Week contest. It is the Bears' second win. The contest started on October 5th. Bear fans cast their votes for the winner at thefatbearweek.com. Fat Bear Week is a celebration of success and survival. It is a way to celebrate the resilience and adaptability and strength of Katami's brown bears, the park said. Well, if you wanted to celebrate the resilience and adaptability and strength, why don't you go on out there and try and pet it? Look, we're going to show you how resilient they're able to take pets just normally.
Yeah, they can, because when they're that fat, they can't react fast enough to take your arm off.
Mm-hmm. Let's be fair. When you're that big, you don't need to hit. You just need to hit close to rip something's arm off. Come on.
You mean because of the what is it? The Roche limit?
Yeah.
The Roche limit. You get too close, and the tidal forces will rip you apart.
Yes.
Yep. That's.
I'm not wrong, am I?
The paws on these things are bigger than a human's head. I mean, these things are just,
isn't it?
Yeah, so they'd be much smaller than your head then.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. The Bear 747 will narrowly beat competitor 901, a first time contender.
What the hell were they doing? Mud wrestling?
I don't know. I don't know how they put them together unless they just throw videos up and let people vote to try and bring them in.
I know. It was a pie.
MC DMs. There's your big bear for you, mate. I know. Nomad. Whatever. There's your bear.
I know what it was. I know how this one beat the other one. It was a pie eating contest, wasn't it?
Yeah, and yet the guy that was handing out pies.
You're saying that this is the bear.
You're always saying that's you in the furry suit.
Oh, it is round. I give you that.
That you got to admit, that is a bear, mate, isn't it?
No, it's furry. Bear means it's got no hair.
If somebody sees this, they're like, "That's a pillow, and it's on legs."
That's either a bear or a fucking Jenson.
Yeah.
That's either a bear or a fucking huge hedgehog.
Talk about bad hair day. Look at the poor thing. It's had a bad hair day. You can tell that.
It's a bear with an afro.
Let's be honest, guys. It's not like it can exactly groom itself now, can it?
Hey, there's a question for you, Nomad. If you could and you could actually get away with it, would you sneak into the Northwoods and give every bear you come across a perm? This is if you could get away with it. Well, yeah, do it without the bear realizing it until it was too late. After you've escaped.
I don't know what the Northwoods is, so.
You know, the Great Northwoods of America?
Canada.
Oh, in Canada? I wouldn't go to Canada.
No, the Great Northwoods of America, that's the bit which the woods which border onto Canada.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know why
haven't invaded yet.
The reason that bear looks like that is because it obviously ate too many hippies.
No,
Been
no, it
using
would be
Grecian
wearing,
2000.
It's a wee
If it-
bear.
if it did, it would be wearing a kaftan.
Oh my god, that is an
possibly.
image I just did not need in my head.
You're welcome.
Uh, okay, well, I think that's all the stories, unless you guys have some other ones that you wish to bring about.
No, I think we've given out all the bare facts that we need to. So yeah, that's right. I did the joke. Fuck you. Seriously, do either of you two have anything you'd like to talk about particularly?
No,
Really?
I just got something to say when you end the stream.
I will let you know when that appears. TC, anything, mate?
Not really, thanks.
In that case, prepare yourself, Batman. Thank you very much for coming and listening to a bunch of people talking about random things, or in other words, news. That's just a good point. Why isn't doing that and the proper newspapers? Oh, that's right. We're believable. They're not. So, Batman, do you want to start doing your thing?
Yes, yes. Thank you for coming along. Now, you know, piss off. We don't need you now. Yeah, go on, sling your hooks. You're not going home, so go on. Sling your hooks. Like I said
Goodbye,
before.
everyone.